Okay, my name is Dr. Jason and age 62. So I formed a company by the name MMK, which is meaning Miss Malaysia Kebaya. And it's established in 2011, which is about 10 years from now. And we started with the concept of a basic fundamental of a pageantry. So why we choose the name Miss Malaysia Kebaya? Because the concept. We believe Malaysia is a multi-racial country. So we have Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Sabahan, Sawakan. So with the concept of a society and an audience can accept. So we believe Kebaya is our national costume, wear by a lot of other races. So that's why a beauty pageant, a concept with a culture, education activity. Okay, very interesting. People inspire me and I inspire others. For inspiration, they are come out with recognition, something that we trust or something to be known. One day, when I wanted to be recognized, I wanted to do something for others. So as an event organizer, when I see people using celebrity, okay, for example, models, people use Amber Chia and the actors, you can see a big signboard while I'm driving. I say, how good if you have a own pageantry. You see, normally, all these celebrity, they started from a pageant competition or a talent competition or even their modeling competition. So this is the basic process of a celebrity. So from that, I wish it also if how good if I can own my own so-called talent or celebrities. So that is what come up my idea. Inspire me is all these celebrity that inspire me, and also when I go into this pageantry, especially culture, Kebaya. Kebaya, I remember one Tun Endon is a former Prime Minister Tun Barawi wife. They have a Nyonya Kebaya. They write a book, they publish a book called Malacca Street Costume. It's very popular in 2005, those are the days, long time ago. So that time when the late Ondon, he started with this Nyonya Kebaya activity and batik. They promote the country with the support of the Prime Minister. That is where I come out. How lovely we have a kebaya or a batik to be dressed or to be promoted by our models or beauty queen. This is something that the inspiration come from, actually from the Tun. To start to organize a beauty pageant, the first thing as you do is you must understand what is the core business, what is the business model of pageantry. So at least I will study the history. So in order to organize a pageant, you have to be passionate. You must love what you're doing too. So for pageantry, like what we did is a culture pageantry. We started with concept. The concept is culture. Then we have target who our audience, who are our market. So for Malaysia, Miss Malaysia Kebaya is the home ground. That means it's Malaysia-owned pageantry. So back to your question, in order to organize it, you must able to have your own so-called rule, regulation, criteria, and also suitable for Malaysian market. So like Kebaya is wear by everybody. Chinese, Malay, Indian, Sabah, Sarawak can wear. So that means you will gather a better market and better audience. To organize a pageant, it started with you must able to get a venue. Okay, you must get a venue. You must have a budget. A budget, a venue, a time frame. A rule regulation, you set your own if you are going to do your own pageant. Or else, if you are a franchising or you are taking from others' country, as a national director for that pageantry, you have to follow their rules. But don't forget Malaysia, with majority with Muslim, our friend, the respect of the other religions, that's important to organize something. So this is one. Then again, you must have the age group. How old? Like what we did is we started with Miss Malaysia Kebaya from 18 to 30. The international pageant is 18 to 26. Why 30? Because we believe Malaysia, the growing age is a bit different, okay? And height. International pageant, they have to be height 170 and above. Malaysian as other Asian, you see, we are all, most of people, models, they are short. So we started with 165. And then we also even create a petite group, which is 160 and below, okay? The age group, the category, we start Miss, and today we have Misses. And today we come out, we have kids and teen. So these are the, what they call the audience or participant that will be involved on this pageant. And the other thing is, when you plan the whole thing out already, then you must get the endorsement. Endorsement means recognition. So we are lucky to have this Tourism Malaysia, Art and Culture, to come in, support us since 2012. The reason is very simple. Malaysia is a multiracial country, and Malaysia is a place where Malaysia government, the policy, the direction is we have to build the unity of the culture, our races. So with this culture activity, where we can really promote our country, our people to the rest of the world. The achievement we feel proud is when we started the concept, and it's by the government, the public sector, and also what they call the society. So it's an education pageant, and it's also a culture. So we will tell the peoples, we must know our roots, where are they coming from. See, the other thing is through our contribution, the recognition from the government and public, and we are getting a lot of awards since 2012 until today. And the biggest achievement award that we're getting is from the Government of Tourism Council itself. And of course, we also getting from the state level as a Terengganu boy. So we also get the award from our state government and also the what they call the society. So we are promoting not only certain area, we are putting quite a number of states. So as a Terengganu boy, we bring the Kebaya, Miss Malaysia Kebaya to Terengganu, and the competition is not only limited for Klang Valley. We do Sabah, we do Sarawak, Johor, Penang, Malacca, all these major states, all we done already, and we feel that proud that we get the recognition. We believe Malaysia, our culture is our strength. Our multiracial community is our strength. So for a Malaysian, we have so many races can go together and in a harmony way and represent a country to the rest of the world, and we are the models to the rest of the world to say, hey, we are unique. We can live in a very harmony area. So this, I believe, this is our strength. We are our culture. The first impression, the communication, that will tell you already 50% of who are these people based on our experience. I wish if I'm 18 by now, I mean it's over, I won't study what the subject I'm doing. I'm doing mathematics. Maths is in interest. From young, I like maths. So I study maths, and even to go to university, I study maths. Even what they call overseas also study maths. But it will not give you that kind of what they call the application. Like for example, what I'm doing is different. If I will give my age right now, of course I will go back to the entertainment industry again. That is where, if I give a chance back, I will study, I will go into industry and entertainment when I was young, of 18 years old. To be honest with you, this pandemic did not affect us generally, because I had experienced it before in 1997 crisis. Which 1997 crisis? 10, 20 over years ago. Where there's a crisis, a financial crisis, where the government, we are not faced this type of crisis. Just coming like that. So through the crisis, after 97, 2078, and now it's 2010 after 10 years interval. This is the biggest challenging of 100 years history, never happened. The only thing we prepare, if anything goes wrong, we at least have the basic fundamental to live. We have to go back to basic, meaning that you have food, you have lodging, you have transport, you have shelter, no problem. You see, during this pandemic, COVID pandemic, of course, something that comes sudden, you must able to adapt and change, and also work with the environment. What is happening? You have to accept, adapt, and get change, and also have to move forward. So what we do is, we also study what is happening to the global. The whole world is suffering. The whole world is changing. The whole world is adapting. So we go virtual. That means we do online activities. As an event base, we're doing a lot of activities online. So we try to learn and adapt to use IT technology by having computers, Zoom, conference, and all these things. So we still back to our business, but it's virtually. And we also learn a lot of things. The beauty part of this so-called IT virtual is you're connected. It's not only Malaysia. You're connected to global. This is the one thing advantage. You have a better audience. And then, of course, comparatively, physical and virtual, of course, there's a disadvantage. Certain things that you cannot be touched, you cannot be smell, you cannot be taste. So of course, so you have to be balanced up on virtual and also a physical. So during the whole 2020, we are able to go through our virtual competition that we created. Another thing is we have to create or innovate something that this is not happening. That we have to, for surviving mode. So you need to adapt. As I mentioned, adapt and change. So we managed to go through a 4 season. We create the next look, the look. And then we also do this Selangor Fashion Week, which is also the trend of moving that. Very fortunate lah. We do 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of 4 seasons, we do it 3 seasons. And you have got to be alert and also looking at the environment. For example, Malaysia, we have 13 states. Okay, not every state are COVID-19 red zone. We are locked it completely. So we are zoning of green zone. So we are planning. That's finally we and also doing an event, but in different zone, different state. So we managed to overcome lah. And I think another thing, COVID, we learned something like that. You need to be more active than before. So when you're aggressive, you have more things. You are make you different from others, and you get spotted more in the industry. This is something that pro and con. And very fortunately lah, the industry player, we work together in a leverage. We believe in leveraging. Everybody has his own strength. So we bring the industry, especially fashion, modeling, and pageant industry, which we work together and we get government to recognize them. And this is the time. The governments also agree to work hand in hand with the private sector because everybody in difficult position. So we have a good relationship with Tourism Malaysia especially. And then we are looking forward this year. And We know that it will be locked down, it will be what they call this off. The plan have to be done, and then important is our own mindset, not to be disturbed or be affected by all this negative thought. Just move forward ahead. That's all. Oh no. We believe anytime we are prepared. If the lockdown, we go to virtual. If there's lifted up, we are going to what you call physical. So the planning is there already. The whole year planning, we already planned up to this year and next year what we're going to do. For in Malaysia, even global we know, even we have vaccine today, you don't talk about another one, maybe another 2 years. This global is not really can move yet. So we are focusing on Malaysia market and be prepared to work globally. Globally, we still can do this year. We're doing virtual, connected to them. If next year, what happened is the earliest you can go, and you can go out. But I believe, Malaysia, after this COVID issue, our economy is weak. So what we need to do is, as a private sector, we should work with government sector to bring investor come in, to bring business come in. It's not go out. So for example, our pageantry, our modeling, why should we go up? Instead of why not we ask them to come in? So when they come in, so our tourism, they stay in a hotel, they shop in our place, the business, bring the money instead of going up. So this is our planning . We believe, especially right now, this COVID-19, we have to work closely together, even with in all the industry player. We are friendly competitor. We can work, we leverage our strength, especially working closely with government. We believe all this time, the private sector work by ourselves, and then if with the strength of government, work hand in hand, will much better. So go back to again, industry player, we should leverage our strength. So every one of the organization, they have their own strength. They have their own target or audience. With that, I think make this organization or industry more healthy. We look at the industry and we feel that in order to get everybody work together, so that's where we initiate. We form an association by the name of Malaysia Fashion, Modeling and Pageant Association, where we believe the industry player, they work together and then with the support of government and work together with government and their agency, that will make our industry, our country more healthy and better.